we're back where we began. Joker being tortured, being forced to sign a confession,
Guess the drug was too strong.
and Saya will arrive soon to begin his interrogation. But as I said, there's something off about this. Something that doesn't quite fit.
No dozing off. You still don't get it, do you?
It will all make so much sense real soon.
Come on, cooperate. What? You want another shot? Huh? What about the camera? Are you thinking it can be used as video evidence?
What do you mean?
You still haven't figured it out? There are no laws here to protect criminals like you. Obstruction of justice, blackmail, defamation, possession of weapons. Manslaughter too, yeah? Talk about the works. You think that all those crimes were led by...
You mean who is the traitor? You think it's
You
Akechi?
seem to be enjoying every second of it. You should know your place.
Well, he is the late comer to the party, right? It does kind of make sense it would be him.
Sign here. It's a confession under your name. I see. I need your hand
But
to
that's
sign
not
this, bud.
everything that could be,
I
that
don't
needs
care
to be
if you
explained
end up
here,
losing a leg.
as you will see, if you have been paying attention.
Don't expect to walk out of here in one piece. We are going to make you understand. One must take full responsibility for their actions.
And here we go. It's time for the first major important part of the game.
I'm Nijima from the public prosecutor's office.
The prosecutor's office?
Just let me through. It's urgent.
Nijima-san. Besides,
You prosecutor-san Nijima? There's a call from your director. Hurry and get it over with. To be frank, you're being an inconvenience.
I thought I ordered you to stand by.
I'm responsible for this case, yet I'm not even being allowed an interrogation.
I'm calling because I knew you'd bring it up.
I will not be convinced unless I confirm it for myself. This is my case.
Good luck to you then. I won't be expecting much though.
Prosecutor, I forgot to mention something important. Your time will be cut short. We can't permit you to talk with him for long. It's for your own sake. His methods are unknown. After all, we don't even know if it's safe to simply meet and speak with him.
It's kind of nice going back to this scene after playing through the whole game and getting the whole context for what the hell they're talking about, right?
I understand.
But
Well done on making it this far, inmate. Now that you have traversed your long, perilous recollection, you truly have entered the present. The effects of that drug are gonna wear off soon. This is your golden opportunity. You must grasp the truth that will save you from the brink of ruin. The evil influence who wishes you dead is fast approaching. If you want to win this unreasonable game, if you wish to take back your stolen future, recall the bonds you formed with your allies and grasp the truth that will save you from the brink of ruin.
This is the most important decision
I
so
see.
far.
So that's what led to your ending up here. What a disappointing end to the hero of justice. I still can't believe it. But I now have a general idea of the methods you used for your crimes. There's much more I'd like to ask, but my allotted time is nearly up. I do have a suggestion, though. Care to strike a deal? If you cooperate with me, I'll consider lightening your sentence.
What do you want?
I have a responsibility to solve this case. I will win, even if it means brokering a deal with you. Your operation was leaked and you failed to change my heart. There's no point in being obstinate now. You've corrupted the order of this country and caused an uprising against its very existence. You'll most likely be given life imprisonment or the death penalty, unless you accept my proposal. Going forward, I will read a list of people who are closest to you and this case. Tell me honestly whether or not the following are involved with the Phantom Thieves. First, the friend who you've been with since the day you transferred to Shujin, Ryuji Sakamoto. One of the victims of the Kamoshida case, An Takamaki. Ichiryusai Madarame's pupil, Yusuke Kitagawa. The daughter of Wakaba Ishiki, Futaba Sakura. The heiress to the Okumura Foods legacy and daughter of its CEO, Haru Okumura. And the frequently probing student council president of Shujin Academy, Makoto Nijima. Those are your accomplices in the Phantom Thieves case, are they not?
Never heard of them.
So you won't sell out your friends. Then let me change the question. I find it hard to believe that high schoolers could have pulled off these crimes by themselves. Were there not others outside of your direct group who encouraged your crimes or lent their aid? Not to repeat myself, but remember that your life will be forfeit if your sentence is not lightened. You had the cooperation of people outside your group, did you not? Can you tell me about them?
There were no such people. Well, if we are being honest to her, we are technically taking her deal. Well, if I am doing things wrong, I can just reload the save. It's okay.
I see. So you won't speak a word about either your teammates or your collaborators. Do you even understand the position that you're in? Let's discuss one other person, Goro Akechi. There are reports that he was acting alongside the Phantom Thieves as well. Might he be a part of your team too?
Nope.
So Goro Akechi wasn't one of you. Very well. So be it. You clearly have no intention of bargaining with me.
That's right.
Even now, you're still acting as though you're a hero of justice. Your teammates have sacrificed you in order to escape, yet you wish to defend their honor? Why won't you talk about them?
It goes against justice.
Don't be ridiculous. You're not the one to decide such things.
You call this justice?
Justice? Then tell me, what is this justice you speak of?
Sticking to the right path.
Sticking to the right path? That's no different from us. You continue to stand firm. Are you implying that we have no evidence on you? You're right. We have nothing. And it doesn't help that your story sounds like a fairy tale. But many people have fallen victim to this. We need to learn the truth. The truth, huh? I don't even know what's right anymore. And it's all due to your strange story.
What about the true culprit?
After all this, you're still...
The drug's starting to wear off.
Are you listening? The side effects of the truth serum should be wearing off. I won't be deceived by such a poor act.
I won't be deceived. I feel like I'm forgetting something important.
You realized it too then.
Now, do you see what I meant earlier about the blurry memories? That's why they were blurred, so we would not get spoiled.
It was our conversation about pancakes, right? There's no way he could have reacted like that if he hadn't heard me.
Hey. Can you hear me? It seems your mind is clearing up. But unfortunately, my time has run out. Although I find your story to be quite interesting, I won't be able to speak with you any longer.
Don't you want to win?
Huh? What are you getting at? That's right. No matter the results of this case, I won't be receiving credit. I even had to call in a large favor just to conduct this interrogation.
Interrogation room. That's right. If I remember.
So, how did that thing we asked you to look into go? Ijima mentioned a special interrogation room, didn't she? Good. It looks like we can make this work if we lure them there.
Hey. Hey, are you listening? Our time's up. We're done talking here. Goodbye.
Do you know this place?
Do you mean this interrogation room? Why wouldn't I know about it? What an odd thing to ask. Anyhow, there's one last thing I want to ask you. There's something that's been bothering me for some time now. Recently, I was removed from my post as head of this investigation and was told to remain on standby. A short while later, I received word you were caught in the act, within some bizarre phenomenon. But that was all I was told. You were told someone sold you out, correct? That's true. Who could it have been? Don't you have any idea?
Sold out. That's right. There's something I need to do.
The suspicions were true in the end. Still, to think his true intention was to sell us out. All that's left is to figure out a way to hand it over. It's all up to you, leader.
Alright.
Okay then. Giving him the phone without arousing suspicion will be easier said than done. We'll be counting on you to pull this one off.
What's wrong? Might you have an idea as to who sold you out?
I might.
You're not joking, are you? If you know something, you must tell me. I won't allow things to end like this.
The phone.
You mean this? I've been told the lock on it is quite complicated, but it's only a matter of time until it's cracked. What's so important about this smartphone? Are you going to unlock it and show me the data?
Let's let her sleep. She hasn't slept for days while she's been getting that app ready. Now we gotta figure out a way to show him the phone.
Him?
Makoto and the others should have told you. I'm talking about the true culprit here. You know, the traitor.
Hey! What are you trying to get at here? And what about this smartphone?
Show it to the true culprit.
The true culprit?
We could say he stole the guard's gun and committed suicide during his imprisonment. How about that? Public security questioning will occur on the first day. And with that realm, my task will be simple. And thus, the dangerous criminal responsible for the mass mental shutdowns shall end his own life.
Please. I need you to be clear with me. Who am I supposed to show this to?
Not a teammate.
Not a teammate? My God. You're referring to him, aren't you?
You need to trust me.
you plotting? I can't even begin to fathom it. It appears my time is up. This is as far as our conversation can go. This will be my last involvement with this case. Very well. I've listened to your whole story, so I may as well play along to the end. And that honest look in your eyes. I used to view the world the same way too once. I'll place my bet on you. I just need to show him the phone, right?
I am thou, thou art I. Thou hast turned a vow into a blood oath. Thy bond shall become the wings of rebellion. And
Now
hope
here
of
is where
God.
things get interesting.
Thou hast awakened to the ultimate secret of judgment.
I've been waiting
granting thee
several weeks for this moment to arrive. True justice. Cooperate as comrades who fight for justice and seek the truth.
Alright.
I can now feel Satan. The strongest Judgment Arcana persona is Satan.
I'll be going now.
Don't even blink.
What good will this do, though?
Don't even blink. This is where it really hits the fan.
Akechi-kun? Why are you here?
Why do you seem so surprised?
I needed my director to step in to get access, and I was directly responsible for this case. How did you get approval?
For the same reason you did. I am heading up the investigation team after all. It's only natural I'd have the right to interrogate our culprit as well, don't you think?
They assigned you command?
That was a joke, of course. I'm merely here to assist with the public security interrogation. I am surprised it's this far underground, though. There aren't any others incarcerated here, yes? Nobody would ever know if things got a little violent.
If I remember correctly, didn't you say there was another culprit besides the Phantom Thieves?
That was but a lie I spread to set them up. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot that I had deceived you too, Sai-san. After all, if you wish to trick your enemies, you must first trick your allies.
That only really works when you are a ninja.
So it was you. You're the one who sold out the Phantom Thieves. I need you to be clear with me. Who am I supposed to show this to? My God. You're referring to him, aren't you?
Is there a problem?
Akechi is the traitor.
Akechi-kun, does this phone look familiar to you?
Hmm? Excuse me? What is this phone?
It belonged to the leader of the Phantom Thieves. I believe you'll need it for your investigation.
Not personally. I was acting alongside the Phantom Thieves myself, remember?
True. This is undoubtedly a great accomplishment. Good luck in there.
Foolish woman.
He even looks like Light Yagami from Death Note.
May I ask that you accompany me? Going in unarmed to interrogate a murderer makes me uncomfortable.
Huh? What are you?
I owe you for all of this. Thanks. That's right. You and your little friends were vital to our plan, and now it will be completed. Your popularity truly was quite stunning. That just made using you all the more worthwhile. Have you finally pieced it all together? This is how your justice ends. Shido-san, my job is complete.
That's the final piece we lacked. The one who's really behind all of this. Shido, the politician, the guy who's trying to get elected as prime minister. He is the real villain here.
I've told you not to call me by name. Regardless, all that's left is to deal with the remnants.
The continued deaths of these teenagers would be a bit much, don't you think? I considered making it appear they had a falling out, but that would only amplify public frenzy. It would be best to have each of them meet with an unfortunate accident once the storm blows over.
Is there any possibility they'll want to avenge their leader?
No chance. They're nothing but cattle anyway. They have no backbone without his guidance. I will keep my eye on them just in case, though.
I'll be counting on you.
They will live their lives cowering in fear of death. An apt punishment for obstructing our work.
Make sure to kill that strange cat once you find it as well.
Understood. Though I doubt there's anything to worry about. It's merely a cat, after all.
More importantly, they should be dealing with the suicide right about now. Things will become quite busy once the word gets out. I'll need to prepare my comments on the matter.
I must be prepared to deal with it on my end as well. Beyond that, what of the director of the Special Investigations Unit?
Perhaps he'll be struck by a mysterious illness sometime soon.
No, it can't be. Even me. God damn it. Shit.
If I'm going to redo it, well, that would imply I had hit game over. Does it look like the game is over?
What was all that about, showing him this phone? The phantom thief Alibaba? Who is this?
I am Alibaba, a member of the Phantom Thieves. I inquire as to your justice, Sai Nijima.
How do they know I have this?
Goro Akechi is evil. He didn't come to interrogate the captured Phantom Thief. He came to kill him.
We could say he stole the guard's gun and committed suicide during his imprisonment. How about that? Yes, the guard will be one of ours. We'll have to eliminate him after to destroy the evidence, though.
Don't trust the guard either. He's an accomplice as well. Now then, I'll tell you detailed steps to take. You must save him.
You want me to save him?
That's twice now this happened.
What is it?
Nothing. Anyway, what brings you here? I thought you were done with your business.
Did anyone else stop by? Nobody?
There'd be no reason for anyone else to come down here.
Interesting, isn't it? This guard is supposed to be dead. And Goro Akechi is supposed to be inside this room. And yet nobody came to this room. Interesting.
Yes, the guard will be one of ours. We'll have to eliminate him after to destroy the evidence, though.
So it's all true.
Of course it's true. Is something the matter?
It's Akechi-kun. He had to take a sudden call, so he won't be able to make it down today.
Huh?
I've been asked to handle things instead.
You? But...
You know, if you stay here, they'll likely get rid of you to eliminate any evidence. I suggest you go into hiding at once if you value your life.
If you pay attention, all the clues are laid out.
Yes, ma'am.
And don't say a word of what transpired here. Trust nobody. Forget this ever happened.
And now we return to our continued report. This morning, the police have announced that they've detained a suspect who may in fact be the leader of the Phantom Thieves group. The suspect is reported to be a young
Anchon,
man who's...
can I get you to look over here?
Oh, I'm sorry.
So he got caught. That group sure was something.
Yeah.
So the next shoot got me thinking. How about we have you do an idle thing, you know? That cool?
What a surprise to think the one behind all this is just a minor.
Considering how quickly they announced his arrest, the police must surely be confident in the outcome of this case.
Well, I'll be. Goodness, look at you now. It's been a while, Ryuji.
Huh?
You stopped visiting so abruptly, everyone was worried about you. It's your second year, right? Are you still doing track and field? I'd love to see you run again.
Also, the young man continues to remain silent, refusing to implicate any potential accomplices. However, considering the number of charges brought against him,
I wonder if something happened.
Yeah.
You seem stumped for once. Not feeling it today?
Like I said,
Oh, I'm not chiding you.
we did not
Just
hit
do as
any
normal
game over
children
screen,
do.
so
Your skills, there's
it's
no
not
need to worry
over
about the
yet.
future. No. Right.
he's just a high school student. How do you think he was contacting the others?
The police here can search any online communications. His accomplices may slip up eventually.
Still, it seems the Phantom Thieves' most recent targets have gone comatose. Actual harm has been done here.
Given the lack of physical violence, their method is still a mystery. Regardless, the police are looking into attempted murder charges.
You never turned it in? That's quite the surprise. I thought I lost it this whole time.
I'm sorry.
Well, your grades are excellent, and you're student council president. I'm sure you'll be admitted anywhere you apply. That one Phantom Thief should have followed your example. You hear? It seems he was caught. Some high school. I wonder why you turned to a life of crime. We also received information that the young man was placed on probation for assault.
Because of his previous record, he had to leave his hometown. Perhaps his motive lies there.
I believe your father can rest in peace now. That Phantom Thief could never have changed anything. Only a handful of people are qualified to alter the world. So you've been coming home late. That's what I've heard. I make a good playmate, you know.
We have breaking news. The young man being held in custody has committed suicide. The police have confirmed his death, although details have not been released. To repeat, The suspect has committed suicide while in
Custody. This station will continue to report any further updates as they arrive.
Be difficult to uncover his methods now. Perhaps that's why he decided to take this course of action.
It can't be.
It would seem as though you have been killed. But why were you killed? Why did you have to die? Do you remember? It seems you forgot an important fact while your consciousness was hazy. Indeed, your death was a necessity for your escape from certain doom. What a tremendous plan. How might you be capable of executing such a feat?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Well then, let us rouse the memories which are missing.
And now, once again, let's see how this all happened. The first time I sensed something was off. It was during the school festival.
Hey, they're going. You realized it too then. It was our conversation about pancakes, right? There's no way he could have reacted like that if he hadn't heard me.
We can't trust him.
My thoughts exactly. It was your social studies trip. We met him in the hallway of that TV station.
And now you see why I said that you should pay attention to that scene in particular.
There's no way that this is the first time he's heard my voice. This whole deal feels sketchy.
If you remember, when we went to the TV station for our school trip, we were talking about getting pancakes. And Akechi mentioned hearing someone say something about pancakes. He was reacting to Morgana. But if he had not yet discovered the metaverse at that time, he couldn't have heard Morgana speaking. He would have heard meowing. He was tricking us from that point. We should be careful.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get everyone on the same page right away. There's something else we want you to look into.
And throughout the entire period since then,
One more person has been on our mind.
we have been running a plan in the background without us, the players, realizing.
If it's possible, I want to eavesdrop on their phone conversation. That'll be tough.
Is there any way?
Right, we really need your help. I'd have to plant a bug directly on the phone.
Remember the first time we took Akechi with us to the metaverse? Remember that Futaba grabbed his phone really quickly in a very weird way?
So it's impossible even for you. I didn't say it was impossible. Okay, I've got a plan. That's perfect.
Keeping it secret?
Don't worry, I'll tell you the details later.
Futaba's going to do something? I wonder if it will be okay.
This is gonna be fun.
I see. So we're going to use this place.
It'll be a gamble. I think it's gonna work. You can't tell a thing.
Do you see what exactly they did? This is not the real interrogation room.
It seems you finally remember.
When they first entered the casino, they pointed out that the interrogation room and police headquarters was located right to the outside of the casino, just like in real world. If Sai considers that place exactly as it is in real life, then it would also have an interrogation room, just like in real life.
This game is not over yet. There are still things that must be done.
Which is also what makes everything fall into place. Because really, why would there be police inside the casino? The casino was in the metaverse. How would the police be there? That's right. This is what really happened to me at that moment. Let us see now what really transpired. Yes, please. I fucking love this reveal. %? It's okay. I heard they arrested one of the Phantom Thieves. No way. I didn't expect him to commit suicide. He's a murderer. He deserved to die. We can finally breathe easy now. He killed himself, huh? I guess we'll never know his motivation. I'm exhausted. It feels like my consciousness is about to fade away.
Don't fall asleep until we reach our destination. Are you listening?
Could this be the effect of the drug wearing off? The memories I thought were gone are starting to come back.
Are you listening?
I am.
Anyway, we need to talk about how to get out of this situation.
Futaga's monitoring of Akechi's phone has confirmed it. He did indeed have an ulterior motive.
It's on a completely different level than just that.
Not only was he trying to frame us, but he was the true culprit behind the mental shutdowns. His offer to assist us was simply a ploy to frame the Phantom Thieves and kill him. If we go into Sis's palace as he suggests, we'll likely be met by a large ambush of police forces.
To think he would be this far gone. I know now what it means to feel a chill down my spine. Furthermore, he wishes to bring a police squad from reality into the palace.
See? Why would there be police inside the palace if the palace cannot be accessed by normal people?
If the 8 of us can enter at once, it's not inconceivable to think a larger group is possible. He may even be able to bring in vehicles or other special pieces of equipment.
So, this really was just a setup to shift the blame onto us.
He made us go after Okumura. Then once we triggered the change of heart, he killed him.
And he told us he had seen the true culprit, but it was him the entire time!
The whole time he was working with Makoto's sister, he was really just some homicidal maniac. Come on, we've got to take that bastard Akechi down. Isn't that recording we got enough proof to do it?
No, Akechi is merely a tool. His orders come from elsewhere. The grand mastermind behind this all. An unimaginable fiend capable of arranging the murder of a suspect inside of a police station.
Unless we find out who that is, we will continue being targeted even if we defeat Akechi.
But what means do we have of learning his identity?
We'll have to make Akechi say it. Though once we do, that mastermind will likely eliminate us.
I think that will be the case eventually, regardless of whether or not we learn his identity. The only reason it hasn't happened yet is because we're an easy target to blame for his crimes. If he realizes that's no longer possible and abandons that plan, he may opt to kill us immediately.
Damn it. So we don't got a choice but to go with that bastard's suggestion.
But if we go into the palace like we're told, he'll get arrested, and then Akechi will kill him.
Palace. The palace. Actually, there's something I'd like to say regarding...
Aha! We can use the palace to our advantage!
What's this all of a sudden?
There's a way to get past Akechi and get the mastermind to lay off of us, all while learning his identity.
Really?
You gotta be kidding me.
If he wants to kill the guy, why not let him? That is, inside of a palace.
Yes, we could have him kill the cognitive version, all the while believing he killed the real one.
The Ren that he killed was just a cognitive version of him. It was not the real Ren.
Yeah, that's it.
It seems that's our only option. Listen close, everyone. I have a plan for how we can carry this operation out.
Ever since the death of their teenage leader, the Phantom Thieves have fallen silent. However, the police intend on continuing this investigation until the case is fully solved.
I'm sorry I'm late. I had to finish a few things at work. Where are they?
Waiting upstairs. Go tell them to come on down. I'm gonna fetch him.
You're her sister, correct?
Makoto told me everything. Futaba-chan, I'm sorry that I caused you so much trouble this past summer.
It's ancient history now.
Man, that goddamn detective.
Look who's here.
Hey, you big bastard.
How have you been?
Ghostly.
You're not floating.
It truly is a relief to see your face.
I bet that moron Akechi don't even know we tricked him yet.
Still, how'd you pull this off? Isn't this guy considered dead?
You weren't told anything? I heard my sister brought him here, though.
Yeah, she came over in a taxi, dumped him off, and told me to keep him safe. It was right after they announced he had died, too. Almost gave me a heart attack.
I didn't have time to explain.
Hey, shouldn't we tell boss what really happened?
We wanted to make our enemy believe the leader of the Phantom Thieves was dead.
What?
What we did was make that enemy kill his fake in the metaverse.
Hold on a sec. Enemy? Fake? What are you talking about?
The true culprit behind all these incidents set us up. Our goal here was to determine their identity.
True culprit? I see. So you guys were going up against someone else.
So you see, all the previous times before we sent the calling card that somebody told me, all according to plan, we're going to follow the plan, they were talking about this plan all along. They were not talking about the plan that Akechi suggested.
It was Goro Akechi. You knew beforehand that he was the traitor, didn't you?
Yes, Akechi messed up.
Akechi himself gave us the chance to strike back. He made one fatal mistake.
Couldn't you have just said from the beginning that Akechi was the real culprit?
That wasn't something we could simply bring up. We couldn't have you suspect Akechi. Besides, neither you nor the other investigators would have believed something like that, would you?
True. Akechi was credited with the arrest of the Phantom Thieves. Not even I would think he was the culprit. In other words, you left them alone on purpose. That was a bold move.
God, I can't keep up with any of this stuff. Wait, so what was this mistake Akechi made? What did he do?
He slipped up in regards to Morgana's voice.
You mean a cat?
Yes, Morgana can talk.
Poor Sojiro is like, what?
Sorry, was that supposed to be a joke?
Oh, our apologies. That's completely true. You surprised?
Does that mean he said something just now as well?
But you don't understand him, do you? That's how it was for all of us at first, too.
When you're in the metaverse, Mona talks like a normal person. Once you hear that and your brain realizes he can actually talk, you start to understand him in reality. It's a change in cognition, most likely.
Thanks to Akechi's lame acting, we figured out something was up.
When we talked to Akechi at the school festival, he was acting like he just realized Mona could talk. But we already saw him drop a mega hint about it way earlier.
Like, right after the first palace.
Oh, I know a place! I want to go to that huge pancake-looking place we passed on the way here!
Oh, am I mistaken? I thought I heard something about delicious pancakes.
Strike one.
Mona was the only one who was talking about a pancake. That meant Akechi'd already been in the metaverse by then.
And since he was lying to us about that, we assumed he had a hidden motive behind contacting us.
It seemed odd upon further thought. His reaction to my pancake comment was an honest one, after all.
His story was too good.
He did approach us when we found ourselves in the worst trouble yet. That's why we asked Futaba-chan to wiretap his phone. I pretended to be interested in checking the phone out, but I was actually planting my app. My heart was pounding while I was doing it, though.
Even that ace detective could never have imagined a program being installed so quickly. Futaba's quirky nature proved to be a great help.
That was just an act! After a few days of listening, this confirmed his betrayal.
Then I'll guide the police into her palace and have them catch the Phantom Thieves in the act. That would be the only way to arrest them, given their methods. I'll deal with them after that. Let me see. We could say he stole the guard's gun and committed suicide during his imprisonment. How about that? Public security questioning will occur on the first day. And with that room, my task will be simple.
The interrogation room is deep underground. Nobody would ever suspect a thing.
Is this for real?
Yes, the guard will be one of ours. We'll have to eliminate him after to destroy the evidence, though.
So they plan to get rid of that guard from the beginning.
Well then, I will make the arrangements the day after the arrest. And thus, the dangerous criminal responsible for the mass mental shutdowns shall end his own life. When he does, you will become a great hero who saved Japan from evil. As will I, of course.
I knew he was acting strangely, but to think he was this far gone.
He's no ace detective. Akechi is the perpetrator behind the mental shutdown crimes.
On top of that, there's someone else commanding Akechi. Someone with great authority. So great that they can order an assassination in a police station. That's why we had to make a move before they did.
I see.
We baited Akechi into Sis's palace, making him dispose of our leader's fake, but think he killed him.
Can you elaborate on that in more detail? What exactly happened in my cognitive world?
We're sorry for using you without your permission. Your palace had all the conditions we needed.
What conditions?
First, we required a place inside the cognitive world that was the same as in reality.
That place is based on the real world after all. Anywhere that's not warped looks just like normal.
That's why nobody but the person who uses the nav even realizes they're in the metaverse.
Back with Kamoshida, we came in from the station without even noticing.
Not till we got to school.
You totally can't tell the difference if there ain't any distortions around.
We had already investigated Nijima-san's palace when Makoto brought the suggestion to us.
I was seriously impressed by that suggestion. To be honest, I didn't quite understand it, but I went along with it.
It was a great idea.
Yeah, it's good we have her heading up our operations.
Makoto is normally so calm as well, but once her mind is set, she gets oddly impulsive.
I did have a bit of a rivalry forming with Akechi, but I just couldn't contain myself anymore once you became a target, sis. The reason I joined the Phantom Thieves was to heal your heart, after all.
My own achievements were all that mattered to me. I was desperate. I wasn't myself at all. I'm sorry I couldn't see that.
That goes for the both of us. We heard from Mako-chan that you were going to do the interrogation, Nijima-san.
And regarding its location, I take it you used the data from my laptop?
I'm sorry.
Go on.
There were two things we were able to confirm while we were checking the metaverse. First, our clothes didn't change when we were down in the interrogation room. Second, the scenery and details outside of the palace proper were the same as in the real world.
Once we heard that from Makoto, we secretly went to check it out without Akechi knowing.
There was also one more thing we absolutely needed to make this work. A perfect cognitive replica of him in the metaverse's interrogation room.
Since he had yet to be caught, though, there obviously wouldn't be anyone in that room.
Once we saw the casino guests and police officers, we were convinced this would work. They looked no different from actual living people.
After that, we just had to work our way into the palace like usual, while keeping Akechi in the dark.
Everything went as planned up until we defeated Sis's shadow. However, it was then that we were met with a terrifying, unexpected police ambush. As a result, even though we managed to grab the treasure, we couldn't get it out of the metaverse. Except that was all an act. We had prepared an empty briefcase beforehand, and nearly acted like we were taking the treasure. This was because we knew the police would be coming for us.
We made sure before the operation that the police would be waiting to ambush us. And just as expected, he totally took the bait.
Him getting captured by the police went exactly how we planned it.
It also makes sense because Akechi has never seen the treasure of a palace show up. So he wouldn't know that we weren't stealing the real treasure.
And I had been interrogating him with no knowledge of this. But how did you lure Akechi into this cognitive world's interrogation room?
All I needed were the coordinates.
It seems like she used this laptop to remotely access the metaverse. Asking her about it now would drag the conversation on too long. I should talk to her later.
Akechi disposed of the fake in the palace and left thinking he had been victorious. It must have been truly hilarious for our leader who sat idly in the real world's interrogation room. Surely he was acting quite cocky by himself in that quiet chair.
I love the yee.
So that's why you gave me your phone. I only took it because of what you told me.
It's a shame I didn't have the opportunity to see that for myself.
I couldn't see it either.
All I could do was try to handle all the messages that started coming to me on his phone. Huh. So in other words, I've been to the metaverse, albeit for a brief moment.
In our experience, there is little danger when someone enters their own palace for so short a time.
That's the other reason we had him give it to you. We needed you to listen to Alibaba, deceive the guard, and ultimately aid in his escape. By having you head back to the interrogation room, we could return you to the real world as well.
I mean, I had to think of some way to keep you from running into Akechi mid-assassination.
Astounding. I hadn't the slightest idea that such a grand operation was taking place within me.
I'm so
so glad he was able to persuade you during the interrogation. Even though we knew Akechi's plan, we were pretty worried about that part.
True.
Why is that?
Without Sis on our side, Futaba's plan and subsequent breakout would have never been possible. That persuasion was easily our greatest gamble. We couldn't consult Sis beforehand. It was absolutely the make or break moment of the entire plan.
Still, I'm surprised you could convince me in such a short time. Were you confident you could do it?
I was.
I see. Either way, I can't believe you went for such a risky idea.
If we could just tell you the true culprit's plan, I knew you'd realize the bigger picture. Realize that our leader was telling the truth, and that there was a greater evil to pursue.
As a result, we emerged victorious.
Then the reason you kept this a secret from me was so you could catch the true culprit, correct?
Yes. Plus, you had lost control of yourself at the time.
This is stunning. All I can really do is laugh.
I've kind of figured out that you guys made Akechi kill a fake. But what did you do about the body?
The police never even checked it.
Huh?
They had a coroner working to ensure his death was reported as a suicide. That coroner didn't take one look at the scene and just passed along a falsified death certificate.
The bad guys have that much influence?
No, the bad guys have zero intelligence. That's what we gathered here.
Murder in a police station would be reckless otherwise. We also knew of a possible conspirator.
Thanks to Futaba-chan's messages and the guard's demeanor, I eventually came to understand. And since the higher-ups at the police knew nothing of this, they were thrown into disarray. As a result, his suicide during imprisonment was reported on the news, just as Akechi planned.
And with that confusion, he was able to escape with Nijima-san's help.
I made sure nobody would check the morgue for his body, and thanks to that, nobody knows he survived.
Thinking back to the interrogation, though, I can't believe what they did to him. The callous use of violence, and even drugs, is utterly abnormal. If he had lost consciousness and hadn't been able to tell Sis about the phone, he would have died.
It was a big risk.
I'm truly glad you made it back safe.
It was close.
I almost became one of your assailants as well.
It still freaked me out when I saw the suicide on the news, though.
We made sure to live normal lives while he was being interrogated to avoid drawing any suspicion. Even with that, I couldn't help but worry for him in my heart.
Well, I knew right away that her plan worked out.
I wanted to believe, but considering what we were up against.
Ryuji's a bit on the dense and carefree side.
Can it, cat?
Ryuji's the best bro.
I had to be patient and avoid this place until things settled down. I finally feel relieved.
We knew he was alive, but it was difficult to not worry until we could confirm it in person.
Now that I think about it, my interrogation was just a formality for the head commander. What a joke, letting me interrogate someone who was meant to die. They just wanted to avoid backlash. Very well. From here forward, I will do my utmost to assist you.
Good to know.
You saved me, after all.
That's reassuring to hear.
I'll do whatever I can to help too. Just let me know. Let's take a break for now, though. This old brain is pooped. Oh, and feel free to use the first floor when you guys want to get together to talk. You'll need a hideout where you can be safe. Just say the word, and I'll close shop early.
Are you sure?
This guy can't leave. Plus, you won't make much progress if people can hear you from downstairs. It's not like this place is the liveliest joint in town. It won't be a huge loss for me.
Let us accept his offer. What a great man.
Ren Amamiya.
That sounds familiar.
It's me, Akechi.
Enter.
That's the death certificate of the principal offender, correct? Is there a problem with it?
No, nothing in particular. More importantly, you've done well with regard to the prosecutors.
The cause of death for the SIU director has been settled as a stroke.
I had him work quite substantially on forging evidence. His loss should be mourned.
It was thanks to his efforts that I could enter the Phantom Thieves' interrogation room, too.
The SIU is in disarray with his death. I'll take my time choosing a successor after the elections.
At any rate, I'm now praised as a hero, and I owe it all to the Phantom Thieves.
All possible hindrances are now gone. There's no doubt that this election is mine.
And on to our next story. The snap election for the House of Representatives. Discussion is swirling around potential nominees as the deadline for candidacy announcement nears. Candidates will announce on the 23rd of this month, while voting will be held on the 18th of next.
Elections, huh? Don't matter to us. It's not like we can vote in them yet anyways.
Why don't we resume our conversation?
Well, the Phantom Thieves are back together. We can finally take it to Akechi and the bastard backing him.
Have you figured out who's behind all this?
Akechi accidentally let that slip after the murder. He said, Shido-san.
Shido? Feels like I heard that somewhere.
He is unmistakably a man of power if he has such strong connections to the police.
Shido? Could it be Masayoshi Shido?
Who? I believe he's a politician. Remember, Ryuji? You said his speech was too loud.
For real?
It's certainly possible that Shido is the mastermind.
Huh?
Do you have some kind of evidence?
Nothing material. However, there are various conditions which align with that possibility. First, he would profit from damage done to the current administration by the psychotic breakdowns. He's maintained a negative stance toward the Phantom Thieves and has gained tremendous popularity. On top of that, he'll most likely become the next Prime Minister if he wins this upcoming election.
No!
Did he set us up with that election in mind?
Yep.
If he is behind all this, that would be in stark opposition to his honest public image.
So his current position and popularity is just him benefiting from the mental collapses. We'll make him have a change of heart, no matter what it takes. Mom.
Shido, huh?
What is the matter?
I had a feeling he was wrapped up in all this.
Oh?
Just based on the connections I had from my previous job. I think the one who crushed Wakaba's research and confiscated her materials was probably Shido.
All the pieces fall into place.
From the moment Wakaba died, I had a hunch he was involved. But there wasn't anything I could do. So I chose to protect Futaba and went into hiding.
Why didn't you say that sooner?
You guys would have definitely gone after him if I had. He would have just killed all of you, no doubt. That's what he usually does to people who get in his way.
Originally, I was looking into the mental shutdown cases. It was then that I accidentally stumbled upon government research regarding the psychotic breakdowns. So I tracked down the whereabouts of that research data and met with the associated parties. Boss was one of those parties. I would never have imagined all of this was connected. The mental shutdowns, psychotic breakdowns, Shido, and even the Phantom Thieves' actions.
Way back when, Shido kept saying he was going to be Prime Minister one day. Nobody believed him, though.
What's going to happen to this country if Shido becomes Prime Minister? What about the world?
The issue is simpler than that. This is nothing more than yet another selfish adult trying to impose his will on the public.
We gotta expose that rotten bastard!
Yeah, we'll do it like always. Then let's check the nav.
Masayoshi Shido, the guy running for Prime Minister. Got a hit! Well, duh. Ain't a surprise he has one.
Where would the location be?
What kind of things go through a politician's head?
I always think of dirty money and shady actions.
What does he do? And where? We don't got a clue about this guy's life.
His palace must be somewhere that politicians frequent. Any ideas?
The Diet Building.
We got a hit!
How arrogant must he be to see himself as the ruler of the Diet Building?
Our next target's the big shot politician Masayoshi Shido. We're gonna do this, right?
We have to.
Hell yeah! Nobody against it?
Of course!
He will be a worthy opponent.
Let's win this together. Time for revenge. Then it's unanimous.
All we gotta do now is figure out what he thinks that Diet Building place is.
So that's the app that allowed me to enter the metaverse.
Yep.
An old fart like me can't wrap his head around all this stuff.
You're not that old, Sojiro.
We'll have to deal with this before Election Day, December 18th. That means we need it done by the 17th.
We have a short amount of time.
It's best we hurry before they discover there's no body in the morgue.
Should we start tomorrow then? We can meet at the Diet Building after school.
That reminds me, what are you gonna do about school? Can't show up if you're supposed to be dead.
Ms. Kawakami said he went back home for family reasons.
Thanks, Miss Kawakami.
That's what I told the school.
Don't let him find out you're alive then, alright? This whole thing would be for nothing.
What do you mean?
This operation had another purpose outside of escaping Akechi's clutches. Shido tried to place all the blame on the Phantom Thieves and deceive the public at the same time. He has ruined countless lives, and even made Goro Akechi, a student, assist him with assassinations. A mere change of heart is too lenient a sentence for such an abominable criminal.
We'll be making use of the police statement that the leader of the Phantom Thieves committed suicide. Our leader, who is presumed dead, will come out of hiding to deliver a grand statement. He'll say he has escaped prison, not committed suicide, and was in fact almost killed by a criminal.
Everyone's gonna flip.
You guys thought through all this stuff too?
We're intellectuals, you know.
No, Ryoji, we are not.
That's why you needed such a daring trick as getting captured and appearing to be killed. What frightening teenagers.
But the true battle has only just begun. We won the first round, but we must stay on our toes.
Yeah, this ain't the time to be celebrating.
These people tried to trap and kill us. There is no end to their inhuman, conniving nature. We will need to be prepared for whatever may come our way.
I finally made it this far. It's already been 2.5 years since we met.
Back then, you earned the media's attention as a young politician who could rise up against bureaucracy. Because of that, those who wanted to preemptively deal with problems tried to tie you up in scandal.
To think I would fall for the ruse schemed by those decrepit fools in power. I recall that when you came to me. You promoted yourself saying you had special powers. If it wasn't for the research on cognition that I dabbled in, I would have thought you insane.
I made those troublesome opponents psychotic, and erased any trace of that scandal.
Who'd think that tampering with a person's heart could trigger a psychotic lapse or mental shutdown? And when someone like that said he'd support me, I had suspected there'd be an ulterior motive.
It's because I sympathized with your aspiring ideology.
Is it though?
I believed that your ideals needed to be achieved for the sake of the country's future.
Well, my faith in you was precisely why I pulled the plug on that research. I only need you using that power. It'd be troublesome if someone else uncovered how it works.
Wakaba Ishiki, was it? That researcher. She wouldn't have had to die if she just complied.
Any suspicions should be snubbed out.
Akechi killed Futaba's mother.
After all, we had an active public prosecutor's office director on our side until recently.
Astounding, isn't it? To think the director himself often forged evidence to secure his promotion. He was quite surprised when you confronted him about it. He didn't know who leaked that information.
And remember, they said this was 2.5 years ago. Akechi was still like 13 or something, and he already was killing people.
Well, I got that out of his shadow, so technically speaking, he did it himself.
This country's affairs have become stagnant. The political world is filled with old men who only act to preserve their own vested interests.
Hypocrisy! You don't even see yourself. Really?
The general public has forsaken such political affairs and don't even bother. Only ruin awaits us.
Especially with people like you, Baldy.
I must agree.
There's no need to be ruined along with such incompetent fools. I will lead this country to its revival. Those who get in the way must be eliminated at times. That's the correct way to use the metaverse.
Still, it would stand out if there were continuous deaths and scandals with your political rivals, which is why I made them suspects, prosecute the targets that I turned psychotic, and solve them as cases unrelated to you. And thus, the charismatic ace detective was born.
He's not even a real detective.
Thanks to your efforts, my clean image remains untarnished, and I've monopolized public opinion. Once I gained public sentiment, collaborators from all sectors began approaching me on their own. The police were no exception. With their management in my pocket, keeping them in check was easy.
When the Phantom Thieves emerged, I thought things might become somewhat troublesome.
And they were just brats once we looked into it. All we needed to do was lay the blame on them.
When you told me that, I knew then that you were the better man.
Their popularity was a bit beyond my expectations, but flipping it made the negative press stronger. After that, all I had to do was openly berate them. I've been gaining more supporters since. The current administration is dead with ongoing scandals. Never mind the fact that they're my doing. Even the government parties have begun splitting up, and they're dissolving just as planned. The time has finally come. Just a little more, and I will take the seat of Prime Minister.
Or you will take the seat in the electric chair. No, they're just hot. You know.
However, inauguration isn't my goal. That's when everything truly begins. I'll make this country rich for the sake of its selfish and ignorant masses who can only rely on others.
In other words, you're creating a powerful country that can compete with the world.
The public resonates with my ideals and follows me. And for that, some sacrifices can't be avoided. That is my duty as the chosen one. Your assistance has been very influential in making my plans proceed smoothly. When I become Prime Minister, I'll grant whatever wish you want.
With this most recent case, my name has become known across the country, perhaps even the world. Surely my story will be passed down as a hero who won against monsters that could control people's hearts. I believe I'll lay low and devote myself to my studies.
I suppose with your age, you wouldn't come up with debauched desires.
I am thinking about the future, though.
Well, how do I put this?
Looks like things finally settle down. Life's gonna get real busy for you starting tomorrow, right? Get some rest.
Well then.
The chief's right. Let's take it easy for today.
I'm gonna head back then.
Go to battle, right?
Guess you won't be going to school for a while. Don't worry about it. This'll be a breeze compared to what we've had to face so far. And we'll have all the time to come up with the plans together.
Yes, he is a fucking monster. I know, it didn't make me.
I don't really care what happens to Shido, one way or the other. But when I consider the fact that he's your enemy, I naturally think he's my enemy as well. I'm going to stay with you until the very end. Well then, we should get to sleep. You know, something that Futaba said before, when you were in a pinch in the palace. She picked up a reading of someone who came to your rescue. Was that...
It was Kasumi.
So it was Yoshizawa. Then we'd better let her know you're safe now. And I'll even lend you a hand with that.
Oh? And now begins the plan for the big comeback of the Phantom Thieves.
There's no point in even having an election. Shido's gonna win.
Of course, he's the only reliable politician there is. Plus, the current government has been getting wrapped up in scandal after scandal. Even more importantly, there's just an aura about him. Like he can fix whatever problems we have.
Honestly, it doesn't really matter to me who does it. I just want to see our society back on track. Especially after it turned out those Phantom Thieves were nothing more than scum in the end. I'll show you.
I heard you went home, so I announced it during homeroom. Are you okay? I am, thanks. You're alive! The news is reporting you committed suicide. Call me when you can. I was so confused. But as long as you're safe, don't worry about school, just take care of yourself. Is it true that the leader of the Phantom Thieves died? How could the police let him commit suicide in jail? They need to get their shit together.
Cut that out.
Quiet down, you're in class. Break's been over for quite some time now. I swear, you're like monkeys in a zoo. Oh yeah, I received word from Mamma Mia's family that he will be absent for a bit. Jeez, what do you people think school is anyway? It's almost time. Hey, it can't be true, can it? Please tell me you're okay. I'm all good. Oh, thank God you're safe. That suicide report was all over the news, and Miss Kawakami said you went back to your hometown. I was honestly worried about contacting you. Even Sakamoto was dodging the question when I tried to ask him. But don't worry, I won't tell anyone. By the way, the fan site is a real mess right now. But I'll keep supporting you from the shadows. Good luck. I just got a chat message from Oya. Some crazy stuff is going on with the Phantom Thieves. Are you okay? I'm fine. Really? That's good. It's chaos over here because of the Phantom Thieves. You're still alive, so you must be scheming something, right? I gotta prepare myself for one more mountain. But I'm glad you're okay. I'm busy, so I'll talk to you again later.
Hey.
You don't need to worry about it in here, but try not to do anything to draw attention. Anyway, today's the day off, so eat your curry and take it easy. You can take your time with it too. It's not like any customers are gonna show up.
Okay.
Let's try and think of the keyword once the Chief's curry has energized you. Have you guys figured out the keyword to Shido's palace yet? I've tried all sorts of stuff, but no luck so far. It is hard to understand the thought process of a criminal mastermind like him. You know, I've been wondering, if he's been behind all those mental shutdowns, doesn't that mean all the weird accidents from these past few years were his fault? Like that subway accident back in April? Now that you mention it, that accident lost the Minister of Transport his job. Wait, are you trying to say Shido caused that accident? But it's the subway! Does he not care about all innocent lives? This man seems to be truly unbelievable. Supposedly there are still tons of victims from that in the hospital even now. Masayoshi Shido, how many has he killed over the years? How could we ever understand what goes on in the mind of such a horrible man? Hey, wouldn't it be faster if we just go there and try and think about it on site? Let's try that. If we're going to go, I would like Rand to join, but... will that be okay? Won't somebody spot him there? We'll probably figure out the keyword in no time once we're there. Plus, I can throw off anyone who tail us with my blazing speed. Alright, let's have Rand join us then. Remember though, we're going to with the intent of not being seen. Okay, let's meet in front of the Diet building and force that bastard's palace open.
Alright, let's head to the Diet building. Make sure you aren't discovered, okay?
Stiff from standing still for so long. This was so tense.
Look, you going out?
That's the plan.
You gotta be kidding me. You realize you're done for if you get caught, right? Ugh. Just... The stunts you pull sometimes. Just don't stay out too late.
Akechi isn't here.
Let's begin at once. Police cars are making rounds, so we can't stay here too long. We already have Masayoshi Shido and Diet Building. All we need is what he thinks of this place.
Maybe Mount Fuji, since it's the highest place in the country?
What about a mansion?
Since he's going to subjugate everyone as Prime Minister, perhaps a school?
What about an arena, like the Colosseum?
Imperial Palace? It's no good.
I thought we would have gained entry by now. Maybe we shouldn't have called you here.
Hey, you think he's guarding his whole palace with a barrier? Shido stole the cognitive science research, right? Or maybe it had some special move written in it.
Okay, that's actually a clever idea if it's real.
Is that even possible?
Who knows? I've got no idea. There was nothing like that in the notes I saw.
Anyways, what kind of person is Shido? I can't figure him out.
I did some light research on him last night, but I couldn't get a grasp on the type of man he is.
That man over there is probably a legislator, right? I'll try asking him. Excuse me, I'm a member of the newspaper club at my high school. May I speak with you for a moment?
Sure.
What kind of person is Representative Shido? What's he think about the national diet?
His stance is dedication for country. It's how he's garnered everyone's trust. He's an admirable man of action, with a first-class determination. I'd say he's a model politician. I believe that he'll help create a wonderful future in which young adults like you can live in ease.
They don't help much.
An exemplary answer. It makes sense he wouldn't tell teenagers anything unnecessary.
Look over there. He's on a walkie-talkie.
Wait, is it about us?
That doesn't look good.
We should leave at once.
Let's leave.
Tomorrow's the day off, so let's have an early strategy meeting. Meet at LeBlanc, okay?
We should all think about this tonight.
What is the key word for Shido's palace?
The criminals calling themselves the Phantom Thieves are no more. However, I believe that this country's citizens are still living their days in anxiety. These scandals only increase our distrust of the current government. As a citizen myself, I am enraged.
Look who's talking.
What does it mean to be a politician with responsibility? Working toward personal gain without consideration of the country is outrageous.
Sarah, the key word needs to be what the place represents to him. Power isn't a location, you know?
The election's public notification is tomorrow. No matter where I go, people are cheering for Shido.
Everyone's being deceived so easily.
I tried looking Shido's interviews up online. They all sound so goddamn fake. I checked his profile as well, but I couldn't find much outside of his title and education. He's currently 53 years old and has gone from being a metropolitan assemblyman to a representative. Though he is a cabinet minister, he split from the ruling party to form the United Future Party. Shido's a cabinet minister? For real? He was specially appointed to the position. That's his current title. Apparently, he also won a contest for who people would most like to have as their boss. Even the news sites write about him as though he's assured to become the Prime Minister. If only we could find out the meaning behind Shido's words.
In order to save this country that has been tainted by villains, social reform is essential.
Shido's reputation is truly astronomical. It's preposterous. This isn't the popularity level of a normal politician anymore. What's so great about him? I seriously don't get it. He's a strong leader who protects his citizens, supposedly. Is everyone blind? Well, just need to shed light on who he really is. By the way, is it okay if my sister joins us tomorrow? She's hoping she can be of help. Fine by me. Okay, I'll tell her that. We'll figure out the keywords tomorrow for sure. What's with all the love for Shido? I get no one knows the truth about him, but it still creeps me out. Let's use the free time to keep making more curry. Oh, we can't. Okay, so let's make coffee. It could be kingdom, but it's too big a place to be a palace. Palaces in general are contained buildings or locations, you know?
Yo.
It would be kind of funny if he still make the coffee with the hoodie on. Office is not really much of a grand location though. It has to be something that would be a target for a thief, you know? Like we had a casino, we had a castle, we had a bank, we had a museum, and we had a pyramid.
Let me explain.
Mocha Matari. Mocha is a port town in the Republic of Yemen, where both Yemeni coffee and Ethiopian mocha har are exported. Mocha Matari has a complex spicy and chocolate flavor profile with a heavy, winey body to complement it. Not bad, it's worth a compliment. I'm getting better at making coffee.
Well then.
Everybody's talking about him. Day 23. My fortune reading said that you're okay, but I'm still worried about you, so please let me know. I'm fine. I'm relieved to hear that. You appear to have avoided your destiny of death. However, I can't see anything past that. Please be extra careful. If you're unsure about anything, I'll be waiting at the usual spot. As your physician, I would like to confirm something. Please contact me as soon as you see this. I'm still alive. Stop making me worried. I'm glad you're okay. I just got nervous when I saw the news. Well, I'll be at the clinic if you need any medicine. Nothing but phantom thieves on TV. Aren't you all supposed to be gathering here? Make sure you finish eating before everyone shows up. It's almost time for our meeting. I wonder if anybody has figured out the keyword.
Last one. Diamond mine.
No good.
How many do we miss? Perhaps he truly does have a barrier up. Right?
That's not something to be excited about.
We know all the way up to Diet Building, too.
So you enter keywords into the Metaverse Navigator.
Boss, can you turn the TV on? Shido might be on it.
Sure thing.
Goro Akechi. Him and his stupid composed face.
So, Akechi-san, is it true you withdrew yourself in the media as part of your plan to capture the Phantom Thieves?
I truly apologize for causing such a stir. Honestly, it required a lot of courage to openly oppose them when their popularity was at its peak. I mean, people often lashed out at me online and whatnot.
Then was it also your plan when you said they weren't at fault after their popularity declined?
That was to catch them off guard. I could say I applied my profiling knowledge. Once they lost public support, someone they thought was their greatest enemy lent a hand. That's the same strategy used in romance, wouldn't you agree?
Why is he being treated as an ace detective of justice?
It's not just on TV or online. Newspapers, magazines. I see his face everywhere.
On the other hand, no one's hoping for our comeback on the fan site. Like, at all.
Phantom Thieves are evil. Shido and Akechi are just. It should be the other way around.
They're manipulating information using the media.
Leaving Akechi aside, we'll get back at him later. Our main issue is Shido.
Were there any instances before when you didn't know the palace keywords?
Well, there was the time with Futaba.
We didn't know anything about her, so all we could do was make conjectures.
Then why don't we just go directly and see Shido?
That's impossible. He's surrounded by bodyguards and followers all the time.
There's no way high school students can get an appointment with him either.
Well, we do have an adult with us.
No, that's still impossible. Besides, that's too dangerous a method.
Well, this is a problem.
It's with a ruckus outside.
To everyone gathered before Youngin Jaya Station.
Isn't that an election campaign car?
Oh right! The candidates are currently campaigning!
That voice.
I apologize for the commotion. I am Masayoshi Shido.
Wait, did he just say Shido?
How convenient.
Yeah, he did!
And now, all comes to mind. Shido was the guy whose sentence ran to probation. He is the guy who made Ren get arrested.
Man, talk about being lucky. We can go check him out without an appointment now.
Hey, Ryuji ran off toward the station. This way. Hurry! By the way, did something happen? You didn't seem well a moment ago.
Now is the time to rebuild this crumbling nation. Our government is littered with scandals, and criminals have taken a strong foothold in our society. Such a disgraceful past must be discarded. We must set sail into a new future of dreams and hope.
We just got our hint.
So our children who carry the burden of the next generation can be proud of their country.
If you pay attention to his speech, you can find the keyword.
So our nation can once again become a powerful one with abundant wealth and luxury.
In the first part, actually, of the speech.
So our beautiful home will be acknowledged as the best country in the world.
What did he say before when the speech began? We shall set sail.
I humbly ask that you cast your vote for me, Masayoshi Shido. Let us all set sail toward a happy future together.
And what do you know that sets sail? How about a cruise ship?
I hope to continue serving you all.
Which is the kind of place a thief would break into to steal valuables, right?
You guys wait here. I'll go get intel for us.
Wait!
Hey! Yo, Shido-san!
Oh my god, Ryuji!
Stand back.
I just want to talk to him for a sec.
He's a busy man.
The hell? Ain't he supposed to hear a citizen's comment?
That's enough, Brad.
You're that asshole we met at the hotel before, at the elevators. Oh, I'm sorry. So you can butt in front of other people if you're in a hurry?
What are you talking about?
That moron!
Ren, get the fuck out of here!
Come on, stop!
But these guys...
Hey, kid. You don't want to know what happens when you cross me.
That voice.
It seems the customer base has changed since I was here last. Have they started a daycare? Ain't a show. Get lost, kid. Damn brat! I'll sue!
This man. There's no mistake. He's the same man as the one from before.
What are you looking at? This country is filled with clueless children. I worry for Japan's future.
And here we see the hypocrisy from him, because he said the problem was that the government was filled with old men, and now he's complaining about the children as well. He's no politician. He doesn't want to be a better country for anybody. He only wants power.
Let them go. My next appointment is coming up.
What a piece of shit. So what do you think after seeing him in person?
He's the one who accused me.
Wait, he's the jerk you told us about before? The same guy? For real? Seriously?
You're sure, aren't you?
Positive.
Shido's the one who ruined your life.
Holy shit. I don't believe it.
In a certain way, every single palace we have fought so far was the palace to one of the main characters. I mean, Ryuji and An had Kamoshida, Madarame was Yusuke, Makoto was Kaneshiro, Haru was Okumura, Sai was technically Akechi, and Shido is Ren.
Let's get going, okay?
Shido's the guy who set you up?
What kind of fate brought you two back together?
It's definitely him.
Talk about a destined connection. Shido was involved in the cognitive research too, right? This can't be dismissed as just a coincidence.
God, what the hell's going on here?
Shido was already a politician then, yet he sued a student and ruined his future? He must have pulled some strings so that his name wouldn't be mentioned. Furthermore, he also would have had to force that woman into making a false statement.
He would do anything. We're talking about a man who ordered a hit inside the police station.
He can't sit still until he crushes whoever opposes him, no matter how trivial. He's always been that way.
What a piece of shit. Children are the future, my ass. What he's saying and doing are completely different.
But now that we found out who did it, can't something be done about his record?
Once the courts have made a judgment, overturning that decision will be difficult. It'd barely be possible even if proof of innocence is presented and Shido admits to his crimes.
At any rate, we need to trigger a change of heart in him.
Be that as it may, Shido's outer appearance and his true face are wholly different. It's beyond hypocritical. It's as if he's an entirely different person.
He speaks about the good of the country. It makes me wonder what really is on his mind.
That man's full of ambition to rise in the world. He only thinks of the weak as stepping stools for his success.
He treats himself as an elite man while looking down on others. That's the worst.
I assume the key word for what he believes the Diet building is will be despicable too.
It must be something self-centered and completely different from politics.
Someone like him needs to be punished as soon as possible.
Let's head to the Diet building again right after school tomorrow. I feel we'll get it this time.
Stewing over it won't get anywhere. We have to do this.
The guy behind everything turns out to be your arch enemy. What an oddly poetic twist. You'd stand out if everyone else is wearing their school uniforms. Might be a good idea to wear your uniform when you head out. Hey, hit me up. What do you need? Huh? Whatever. It's cool if you're all good. I don't need nothing. Stop by the shop if you want some weapons. Okay, we are still stuck inside, so let's keep on using our time.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't really need all of these lockpicks, but it's fun to make them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. Well then.
Here we go. Akechi is not buying! I've actually been paying attention to the news lately. Aren't you proud of me? Don't you leave it on hoping that Akechi will be there? Well, not that I blame you. He's a real hero. I think Masayoshi Shido is even more amazing though. He's the first politician I ever believed in. Oh, I know Shido's-san too. Sounds like he really wants to improve the country. Can't they see they're being lied to? We have to do something. It's not true that the Phantom Thieves leader died, right? Amamiya, respond to me if you're okay. Everything's fine. Thank goodness. I was really worried. I thought I would never see you again. Man, it's such a relief to hear things are okay. Well, if you need anything, I'll be at the arcade. I hope this isn't checkmate. It's a reverse pen. Thank goodness you're alright. You're such a bad student. Hiding the pieces isn't allowed, you know? Well, if you need anything, I'll be at the church. I also got a chat from Yoshida. The Phantom Thieves have been on the news recently, so I was wondering how you're doing. Are you going to give up without accomplishing your goal? No problems here. So you're okay? That's a relief. I'm expecting great things from the Phantom Thieves. If you need anything, I'm happy to help, my comrade. It feels pretty weird seeing you around on a weekday. You're taking off tonight, right? You're such a risk taker. Listen, make sure nobody notices you, okay? You'll have to do something about the keyword for sure this time.
Security guards became suspicious of us last time, so we can't stay here for long. But we still have no hit.
Think it's a barrier after all?
Where'd your enthusiasm from yesterday go?
Ah, shut up.
Enough chatting. You should only be thinking about the keyword.
The citizens are secondary. He only cares about his own well-being and that of his lackeys.
He wants to become Prime Minister, even if it means trampling on others. Fortune, rich people.
Hey, can you think of anything based on what you've heard from him? Just try saying anything. It doesn't matter if you guess.
Incompetent fools like you just need to shut your mouths and follow where I steer this country.
Steering, huh?
Steer?
Is it the ship?
It was a match?
What? The Diet Building's a ship? What kind of scenery will that be? The actual building's on land.
I can't even begin to imagine what it will be like.
Well, whatever it is, looks like there are no barriers.
Oh, shut up! Let's hurry up and go in.
Are we clear of the guard's sight?
Get closer to the wall just in case. Alright. Do it.
anything change? We went in, right?
Security guards seem to be gone, but it's difficult to tell for certain. This seems to be similar to what happened with Sis's palace.
But this time, the Diet building remains unchanged.
The gate wasn't open earlier.
Wait, look! Mona's appearance is different. That means we're definitely in a palace.
Come on, let's go take a look.
How's it look over there? See anything?
Nah, totally normal.
I'll check it out.
What the heck?
What's up, Futaba? Futaba?
What is it?
The hell?
That's new.
Even though this country may sink, he alone will survive. That's what this cognition is about, huh?
This is bullshit! A country that children can be proud of my ass is completely sunken in his head.
Sure you can, but I don't know if we're gonna have time enough tonight to do the whole infiltration.
If a guy like this stands above everyone, we're seriously done for.
This is beyond ridiculous.
The same goes for Akechi. He should have seen this scenery as well. Yet he still aided Shido.
What in the world is he thinking?
Whether it be for glory or for simply a reward.
You may not be tired, but I am hungry.
Father died because of
And I'm also cold because it's starting to get cold in here.
We gotta sink Shido instead of this
I'm
country.
on that exact spot where I'm feeling hot and cold at the same time, because I'm hot because I've been sitting on the same place for hours, and I'm cold because I'm wearing short sleeves.
A palace with not just the center of the distortion, but the entire country sunken. I can't believe there's someone with this tremendous of a desire. Be careful. This will be completely different from past palaces.
We're definitely gonna take his treasure.
Let's go.
All right.
We must put an end to this by December 17th, the day before the elections. Let the infiltration begin. Time to pay him back for setting us up into a trap.
Wait.
If our clothes aren't changing, I guess he doesn't see us as a threat yet, huh? Speaking of that, shouldn't Ren have been disguising himself on the way here? Seeing someone in a disguise with a bunch of kids in school uniforms would be super weird. Well, we won't have to worry about any of that once we steal the treasure. Let's do this.
Indeed.
Masayoshi Shido's palace. I wonder what awaits us within. Let's go find out. It's time we begin our infiltration. I understand why he might already see us as a threat, but why are even the passengers wearing masks? You think they're trying to be phantom thieves like Noir was with that beauty thief stuff? That's quite enough.
It looks like
Whatever the reason, it reflects Shido's mentality. Sure, he doesn't view others normally.
You're right.
Given the insane nature of his distortion, I'm surprised they even look like people.
Listen up.
It's very likely we will end up in battles from here onward. Be on your guard, everybody. So, what costume do you want? Gekko-kan. Whoops. By the way, the fact that Akechi was the traitor was also the reason why I did not actually bother using him that much or bought him any equipment.
Huh? What?
An enemy! It's attacking us with all these people around? We don't get to hear the song because it's a plot battle.
I am thou. Crush them, Kabususanoo!
You did it, Fox.
Everyone, with me!
All out attack! Doesn't look like you can go for its weakness. This is your chance. Hit him where it hurts.
Ooh, Joker, you're looking cool.
Beat him up.
Oh, is this a show of sorts? Mr. Shido never fails to keep his guests entertained.
Indeed. Those privileged enough to be on this ship are all on the winning team.
What's with these people? Why do they not feel any danger after what they just witnessed?
It seems they think no harm will come to them because they're here on Shido's ship.
They're not even sensing the danger. Come on, let's make him see what this ship really is. Show me your true form.
There we go. Now we got song.
Finish it.
This is my other self.
Just look for their weakness. An enemy frozen. Let's get rid of one strike.
All right. That's all.
Show me your true form.
I love the Persona 3 battle music.
You don't have any weak against nuclear attacks?
Persona! There!
Right off their feet. Nice,
Come.
Joker.
Ravage them!
That doesn't look like you can go for its weakness. You don't have any skills that'll hit its weak spot. You don't have any skills that'll hit its weak spot. It doesn't look like we're evenly matched here. Just don't let your guard down.
You're mine.
Ooh, Joker, you're looking cool. We can't talk right now.
Okay. So we're not yet able to recruit any personas in this palace because this is all still preliminary investigation. This isn't the proper infiltration part yet.
Okay. Yeah, we beat him. Yes. Let's move on.
Yeah, whoop.
I'll reveal your true form.
Now's our chance. Hiding something from us?
If you ask for an item during a hold-up from an enemy that has been targeted by Treasure Schemer, you'll get the rare item without fail.
You have something to hit for weakness? Well,
let's go.
Hey, you can go first. You got him, Fox. Pass the baton and knock him down.
Lend me a hand.
All right, on to the next. This is your chance. Hit him where it hurts. Joker, you missed? Doesn't look like you can go for its weakness. Nice moves, Fox. Doesn't look like you can go for its weakness. You have something to help? Well, guess not. You don't have any skills that'll hit its weak spot. You don't have any skills that'll hit its weak spot.
Go down.
We're evenly matched here. Just don't let your guard down. Bonus down. Oh, not good. You don't have
This
any
is my
skills
other
that'll
self.
hit its weak spot.
Persona! Up to you now.
Let's get this done. Goro's in trouble. He's hurt bad.
Backing off.
Closing in. Mona's burning. Put it out or it'll keep hurting him.
There.
You want some Sorry about that. You don't have any skills that'll hit its weak spot. That was awesome, Mona. You don't have any skills that'll hit its weak spot.
Yeah!
Fire won't work. You oppose that technique?
Persona! Move it! Ravage them!
Good work, everyone.
Okay.
No major setbacks. Let's continue on.
I can sense the treasure's presence. It's that way. Let's go, guys.
These huge doors are obviously suspicious. Wonder what's through here.
Representative's chamber.
There's slots to stick in something like a key card. Whoa, there's 5 of them.
475 people in favor, 0 against.
I hear something.
Since there is no one against the plan, this bill will be unanimously passed as drafted.
Passed? What's going on? Was that Shiro's voice?
If this truly is the representative's chamber as written, beyond here must be the main assembly hall.
The what now?
It's that large conference room that's usually seen on the news.
Oh, that thing! Gotcha! So, what are they doing inside?
Most likely a meaningless vote. One in which whatever Shido proposes will always go unopposed.
So he's doing whatever he wants by keeping only his supporters in there.
What do we do to get in, though? Should we find these keycards?
Maybe we need some kind of qualification. One that vows to be his follower or swear loyalty.
So basically, we need to prove that we're on his side.
We'll have to pretend.
You sure move on quick.
But what's this qualification thing about?
Why don't we ask the guests on this ship?
Great idea.
That thought never crossed my mind.
Asking around doesn't sound like a bad idea. The guests here are the cognitive versions of them in Shido's mind. They'll know any secrets he shared.
True. You have a point.
That said, the ruler here is that evil Shido. It wouldn't surprise me if they did turn hostile.
Right. Yeah, wouldn't they attack us? We should prepare for the worst, of course. But I think we'll at least be able to talk to them. This ship is most likely an ark loaded with those that Shido believes are worth keeping alive. It'd explain the luxury cruise ship. I doubt idiots who can't even hold a conversation would be here.
We can at least gather information. It helps that everyone's wearing masks. We'll blend in even with our attire.
We must believe that no one shows their true face to anyone else. Just like him. Well then, let's split up and ask around. Well then.
It looks like everyone's taken off to go gather intel. There's no doubt I can sense a treasure behind this door. Looks like we've already hit the jackpot. Let's go talk to the others. One of the VIPs used to belong to nobility? Yes, that must be why he can't enter the sacred place. I heard he's not easily seen either. But why would someone of his stature always be by the poolside? Well, he must like it there for some reason, but I don't think it's the swimming.
Hey.
I have something.
You have the elegance and refinement so sorely lacking in the ordinary citizenry. My, such flattery! A high-class aura emanates from you as well. So you noticed? Most certainly. These guys totally ignore me when I try to talk to them. Do I look like I don't have much money, or is it because of the skull mask? You're some kind of sadist for making me get info from complete strangers, Joker. But I'll do it. I'm going to avenge my mom.
Is there a safe room? Hey, that's a treasure chest.
I'm not entirely sure how to speak to people here. I either remain silent or spoke in simple pleasantries during father's business relations. My, even Mr. Oe is a VIP? I saw him at the restaurant. To think an important politician like him has been invited here. Well, support from the political world should mean mental shutdowns are as viable as ever. Quite envious. I wonder if there's a way I can get to know him better myself. If you wish. Hearing people speak so casually about the mental shutdown business makes my head spin. But it seems as though we need a certification from 5 VIPs to become a special customer. These people are willing to share anything. Perhaps it's because their faces are hidden?
Focus.
So that is the president of a TV station. Indeed, Mr. Shido has quite the large circle of acquaintances. It seems you have to be at least that important to be considered a VIP. I'm truly envious. Why don't you go play the slots with him? This might get his attention.
Indeed.
It appears these people all want to be accepted as one of Shido's special customers. By the way, I've gained some information on the VIPs. We should discuss later.
Joker.
I actually saw what looked like a map on our way here. Why don't we go check it out? Just as I thought.
Nice.
We'll definitely be able to use this to our advantage. Let's take it with us.
Well,
We gathered a good amount of info. We might want to regroup. How did it go for all of you? Not great, but not bad. I was able to get a bit of intel as well. We should sort through what all of us gained from now. Well, I took a look at the map we obtained earlier and found what appears to be a safe room. Right here. It's close. Let's go over our intel there.
Joker.
We gotta head over to the safe room.
still, this is a surprise. All the cognitive guests in this palace seem like real humans. The casino earlier looked pretty real too.
But talking with these guests was a whole nother story.
You have that right.
This ruler's observational skills and insight are off the charts. Shido's a formidable foe.
Come on, no need to freak out.
I'm not freaking out. I was just thinking it'll be easier to make a plan since they can talk normally. Alright. Let's put together the information we gathered.
So we gotta get the letter of introduction from the 5 VIPs. And those letters become the key cards.
You're right.
Now let's go over what all of us have learned. First, according to my intel, one of the VIPs is an influential politician by the name of Oe. He supposedly sings at the restaurant at the night and sits at the table near the window. I heard about a prominent VIP who used to be nobility. They said he's usually by the pool.
Please hear me out.
It seems the president of a television station is also a VIP. He always plays lots at night. It would seem he spends his money quite lavishly. My turn. For real? Of course, I eavesdropped. Supposedly one of the VIPs is the president of an IT company. It's always in his room and reportedly enters from an exclusive hallway.
Listen up.
How the hell you get the info with your looks? It seems like some guy who they call the cleaner is another VIP. I've heard that he's cautious, so it's probably best if we check the other VIPs first. Cleaner? I wonder what they meant by that. Wait a minute, after all the VIPs we list, this one's a cleaner? Is he really a VIP? Supposedly? I'm sorry, I couldn't get any information. Me neither, so don't worry about it. Let's just work harder during the battle. You're right, I'll do my best. But there's a bigger problem, you know? My memory is not so great. Who was who?
It's no use. I can't keep the profiles of 5 people straight in my head.
I can only remember about 2 of them. What about you, Joker?
My memory is pristine.
Really? Wow!
We're up against 5 people. The politician Oe, a former noble, a TV station president, an IT company president, and a cleaner. We get certification from them and obtain letters of introduction that'll serve as key cards, but only go for the cleaner after the other 4 have been dealt with, right?
Whoa, now that's impressive! You go, genius!
If we can't remember the details on the VIPs, let's reconvene inside a safe room. Alright, let's get this done quickly. Hey!
We know how to get into the main assembly hall now. Should we head home? You wanna go back already? There are people in here with special letters. That means Shido trusts them to a certain extent. It would be best to consider them as powerful individuals. We do not want to get too hasty. Let us take our time here.
Well,
I guess we do have a little time to spare. Let's head back for today.
okay.
Let's retreat. Alright.
Yo.
So this is it, huh? I have to do this. You're right. Do what you need to. I'll try to help any way I can. Just don't be reckless. Got it? That palace is an accurate portrayal of Shido's nature. What do you mean? I have to agree. I'm sure he's quite used to traveling, especially on extravagant ships. And it should be obvious he's not using his own money for it. There are all sorts of rumors online. Ooh, I get it. It's using tax money. Not cool, Shido. I think he believes that which belongs to others in turn belongs to him. Even people's lives. That is correct. This country will be a miserable place if Shido becomes Prime Minister. We have to stop him. Right. We gotta pay him back for what he did to Rand too. Let's do a quiz on TV. Election season's here, and it's on everyone's minds. Now, not many may know this about the Diet. The Diet decides things with a majority vote, but what happens if the vote is split 50-50? Speaker of the House decides, or they flip a coin? The correct answer is A. The Speaker of the House decides. Let's hear an explanation. In accordance with Article 56, Section 2 of the Constitution, the Speaker of the House makes the decision. After the general election, by law, the Diet's first act must be to appoint a new Prime Minister.
Nice going!
Alrighty then.
I should write something.
Let's save the game here. And let's continue next time, where we are going to properly invade Shido's palace and see what awaits us there. Ouch! Smacked my ear with my hand, sorry. Anyway, that was a long stream. 4 hours. Nearly 5 now. Anyway, thank you guys so much for coming by, whoever came by. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks, Sarah, as usual. If you like this, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Leave a like, leave a comment. Love to reply to comments. And I'll see you guys next time for more Persona 5 Royal. We are going all in next time. I don't mean all in as in we're gonna finish the game next time. I just mean next time is where it gets real. So, I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye!